The 2018 summer movie season kicks off with the highly anticipated Avengers: Infinity War. The 2018 summer movie season kicks off a week earlier than usual next weekend with surefire blockbuster Avengers: Infinity War. The following 4 months will be crucial for Hollywood's bottom line, as May through Labor Day has traditionally been when the studios make 40% or more of their yearly gross. But maybe not anymore. Last summer the industry suffered the lowest domestic box office total in 11 years, according to the global media measurement company Comscore. Its seasonal haul of $3.8 billion comprised a mere 34.57% of 2017's total intake. Additionally, right after summer 17 triggered massive hand-wringing about the end of the theatrical experience. The horror movie It came along to fuel last September, in most years a dead month for movie business as the youth demographic heads back to school, to record ticket sale heights. February has never been considered a great month for moviegoing either, but this year, Black Panther opened then and has gone on to become the third best North American grosser in history, with more bucks than any summer release ever has. Related story: it took Captain Marvel's help, but LA feature filming jumps 11.7 in the first quarter of 2018. While there are a number of factors in Disney's decision to jump the gun a week with its ultimate Marvel movie, Infinity had been scheduled to open the first weekend of May, like many of the company's previous superhero summer tentpoles. Until recently, the April date is yet another indication that summer probably isn't as important as it used to be. We have to rethink the whole notion of movie-going seasons, Comscore's senior media analyst Paul Dergarabedian said. When you can have $1 billion generated in the month of February, something that's never happened before until this year, and September is no longer a dumping ground, maybe the paradigm has shifted. The change has already happened with the studio's successful expansion of the lucrative spring-summer movie season pushed back into March. Diane Pinogian, manager of Intel for Gracenote's Entertainment Industry Resource Division Studio System, observed with a more historical perspective. The spring March to May used to be a time when studios would release genre and animated films. It started to change with Universal choosing spring to relaunch their Fast. But none of this means that summer's now irrelevant. It's still vacation time, so it matters. And this year's slate looks a lot more promising than 2017's turned out to be. Related story: Eddie Murphy, Coming to America sequel, Scarface remake to get state tax credits. Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo in the Star Wars prequel, Solo, a Star Wars story. One reason, Infinity War, which is expected to gross well north of $200 million its opening weekend, got moved up a week was to avoid quick audience erosion when a Fox-based Marvel sequel, Deadpool 2, hits theaters in mid-May. Marvel Studios' sister Disney-owned division Lucasfilm is expected to own the Memorial Day weekend holiday this year with its Solo, a Star Wars story prequel. Those 3 films alone should secure 2018's hot weather coffers, even if every other release through August disappoints like so many of last summer's big money losers, like The Mummy reboot and Alien, Transformers, Pirates of the Caribbean, Planet of the Apes, and other sequels did. But it's not likely 2018's non-comic book sequels will stumble as badly. Summer 2018's sequel-rich release schedule includes Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. For one thing, in June we're getting the follow-up to the biggest summer hit of all time, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Pixar's Incredibles 2 has got to have much more anticipation going for it than the animation studio's 2017 running on empty summer offering, Cars 3, right? The all-female Ocean's 8 ought to lend new interest to the Caper franchise. And the target audience for Mamma Mia! Here we go again, like the first movie in the franchise, enough to be expected to come back in similar force for this summer's sequel. And nothing says reliable like another entry in the Tom Cruise espionage franchise, Mission Impossible: Fallout. And just for extra insurance, Disney Marvel will come around again in July with Ant-Man and the Wasp. Taking a look at the domestic box office of the top 15 films last summer and the potential top 15 films this summer, summer 2018 could be up 20% from last summer conservatively. Pinogian reckoned. Last summer only 4 films cracked the $200 million domestic box office mark. This summer there's a potential to double that. Last summer was so bad that if this summer doesn't beat it, we can't say it was because of comparisons. Dergarabedian cautioned. There's no excuses this year. We can't use the dog ate my homework. That last summer was huge, so this year the numbers are going to be askew. This summer is going to have to hold up on its own. It's going to start off really promisingly, but we've had that happen before. It doesn't look like the studios are going to abandon August this year like they inexplicably did in 2017, either. Nothing of interest to wide audiences was released during the final 5 or 6 weeks of summer last year, and remember, August has often been the month when such popular films as Guardians of the Galaxy and Straight Outta Compton opened. While such films as the Mila Kunis-Kate McKinnon comedy, The Spy Who Dumped Me, Giant Shark thriller, The Meg, Crazy Rich Asians, and Spike Lee's Black Klansman may not reach previous heights, they sure look better on paper than such 2017 Dog Days dogs as The Dark Tower, and Logan Lucky, Tessa Thompson, Left, and Lakeith Stanfield star in director Boots Riley's Sorry to Bother You, courtesy other and branded summer releases that could be promising this year, as quality adult entertainments if not necessarily box office phenomena, include the LA set murder mystery, Under the Silver Lake, the racially rich Sundance Film Festival dramedies, Sorry to Bother You, and Blind Spotting, the classy fright flick, Hereditary, Charlize Theron giving another dynamite performance as an overstressed mom in Tully, and Paul Schrader's acclaimed look at crime and religion, First Reformed. Wait, those all sound like fall films. But remember, summer ain't what it used to be, and that just may no longer include 4 months plus a week now of brainless fun. The movies define the month no longer defines the movies. Durgarabedian observed. The whole notion of the summer movie season always being the most important of the year, I think, is changing. And it may be changing because when people are streaming shows at the rate that they are, they don't look at a time frame like prime time anymore. Now that people have that in their minds, they look at the movies like that. Well, it's a big deal if it's February, he concluded. If there's a big Marvel movie, it feels like summer. Like people do on the small screen, you set your own seasons now in your own home, and I think that's transferring over into the movie-going habit.